So, you run a cleaning business and you know the hustle, right? You've built up a solid client base, you're probably working crazy 50-hour weeks, and you've hit a pretty respectable revenue number, maybe 80, 100, even 150 grand. But now you're stuck. You're exhausted, you're turning down jobs, and you're starting to wonder, is this it? Is this as good as it gets? Well, let's dive into that because the answer is a hard no. And that right there, that's the core of the problem. Most cleaning business owners confuse being busy with actual growth. They've accidentally built themselves a really, really demanding job instead of a business that can scale beyond their own two hands. The good news? There is a clear path out of that trap. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the exact blueprint to get you unstuck. We'll start by really defining the problem, then jump into some quick wins for immediate profit, look at long-term growth strategies, and cover the systems you absolutely need to scale. And we'll wrap up with a realistic timeline and the big mistakes you need to avoid. So what is this glass ceiling? Well, it's that plateau, usually somewhere between $80,000 and $150,000, where the owner, that's you, becomes the bottleneck. You're doing all the cleaning, all the admin, all the sales. You're literally trading hours for dollars, and you've just plain run out of hours. But being busy isn't the goal. And getting this distinction is absolutely crucial. See, real growth isn't just about more money coming in. It's about increasing your profit margins and, most importantly, your capacity. It means building a business that makes money for you even when you're not the one with a mop in your hand. That's the huge mindset shift we're aiming for here. All right, so where do we even begin? Well, the fastest way to boost your bottom line isn't what you think. It's not about chasing dozens of new clients. It's about maximizing the value of the clients you already have. And these are some quick wins you can literally put into action this week. Okay, let's talk about something that might sting a little, but it is so important. Your pricing. If you are constantly booked solid, but you're still stressed about cash flow, your pricing is the problem. See, underpricing attracts the worst kind of customers, the ones who will bolt the second they find someone a few bucks cheaper. You just can't build a real sustainable business on that shaky ground. Look, the good news is you don't have to risk losing everyone overnight. Here's the playbook. First, show some goodwill. Keep your current rates for your loyal clients for the next, say, 60 to 90 days. But starting today, all new clients get quoted at your new, higher, more profitable rate. Next, introduce some tiered packages. A good, better, and best option. And finally, when you do announce a rate increase, frame it around the value you bring. Better training, insurance, reliability. Don't apologize for it. And if you're still not convinced, just look at the numbers. They show exactly why your existing clients are your single biggest asset. I mean, the math is just a no-brainer. It costs 5 times more to land a brand new client than it does to keep one you already have. Plus, that current client is way more likely to book again. So where should you focus your energy? Right here, on retention. And here's another super simple way to master that client strategy: upselling. Think about it. Your clients already know you, they already trust you. That's the hardest part of the sale, and it's already done. So offering high-margin add-ons like window washing or a deep oven clean, well, that's an easy yes for them and almost pure profit for you. Okay, so once you've really optimized your current client base, it's time to build a system. A system that brings in a steady stream of new, high-quality leads without you having to chase them down one by one. Let me ask you a really honest question. When someone in your town needs a cleaner, can they actually find you? Because if you're not easily discoverable online, you might as well be invisible. 80%? That number is just staggering. Over 80% of your potential clients are starting their search on Google. You know what that means? Your free Google business profile is arguably more important than your website. It's your modern-day Yellow Pages, your digital storefront, and your referral engine all rolled into one. To even compete, it has to be complete, filled with great photos and packed with recent positive reviews. All right, here's a strategy that's practically free, but is an absolute goldmine: partnerships. Building real relationships with professionals like real estate agents and property managers lets you tap into their network of trust. I'm telling you, one single great partnership can send you 5, maybe even 10 move-in or move-out cleaning jobs every single month. Now, let's talk about a huge strategic fork in the road for your business: residential versus commercial cleaning. Commercial cleaning offers these bigger, much more predictable monthly contracts and way higher client retention. I mean, just think about it. One small office paying you $1,500 a month, that's the same revenue as about 10 separate residential clients, but it's only one relationship to manage. Choosing your focus here is a major lever for scaling your business. All right, now we're getting to the absolute engine of growth, the secret sauce. You've got clients, you've got leads coming in, but how do you handle all that growth without creating total chaos? The answer is systems. This is how you finally start working on your business instead of just in it. I love this saying because it's just so true. You can't scale chaos. If your entire business is running on sticky notes and whatever you can remember in your head, then hiring someone is just going to multiply your problems. You have to get the processes out of your head and onto paper before you can really grow. So where do you start? Don't get overwhelmed. Just start right here. Create a detailed room-by-room checklist. Write out templates for your booking confirmations and reminders. Document your quality control process. Create a step-by-step training plan for any new hires. These systems are what guarantee consistency and quality as you scale up. And this right here, this is the most important step to break free from that trading time for money trap forever. Just look at this simple math. If you're billing a client $45 an hour and you pay your employee $18, you are making $27 an hour in gross profit from their labor. That is how you start earning money while you're doing other things, like sales or management. Okay, let's be real for a second. This kind of growth does not happen overnight. And it's so important to have realistic expectations for what this journey from solo operator to true business owner actually looks like. So this timeline shows a pretty typical path. In year 1, you're building that foundation, doing most of the work yourself. Year 2, that's the big one. That's that critical transition where you make your first hire and you really learn to delegate. Then, by year 3 and beyond, with the right systems in place, you can scale to multiple employees and finally get to that real goal, working on the business, not just stuck in it. And finally, let's do a little honest self-assessment. If you feel stuck, I can almost guarantee it's because one of these common mistakes is tripping you up. So take a hard look at this list. Does any of this sound familiar? Are you underpricing just to win the job? Are you putting off hiring because you're scared? Are you trying to be everything to everyone, ignoring that Google profile? Or are you just flying blind, not really knowing your numbers? Identifying your specific growth killer is the very first step to fixing it. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, but the most important thing right now is to not get overwhelmed. You do not have to do everything at once. Just pick one thing. Are you finally going to raise your prices for new clients? Are you going to go optimize your Google business profile? Or maybe start documenting that cleaning checklist? The key to breaking through that ceiling is turning what you know into what you do. So what's your first step?